Maskeradebeats.com.
Hi guys, my name is Miller and welcome to the 2.5 update video. It dropped for a couple of people on Android today, and thanks to a good mate of mine I was able to get my hands on an APK to get the update myself on Android. It is expected to drop either tomorrow or the day after, but definitely before Thursday, and the reason to that will become clearer later. Long story short in here, new fastest milestone car ever, new fastest free to get non-season price car, and fastest car in game, which will be easier to upgrade than any flash event car we've had so far. So the update brings quite a lot of new cars, but we are going to do it structured. First the season price and the milestone variants, followed by the newly added prestige car, and then the events with first free, and to close off the paid events with the maxed out time for the Toyota Supra. But first and foremost, from now on when making videos, sharing clips, be aware that player ID is shown on loading screens. Who came up with this idea? I have no idea, but it was not the best one. But be aware that people can abuse knowing a user's player ID, so be sure to hide it or avoid it in general. But now, without further ado, the newly added season price cars. I do not know the exact order and I'm listing them according to the Tumblr page, which in most cases orders them correctly. And first we have the Cadillac cts-v Pedestal Edition. To my surprise rather, it is a tier 4 car, but on the other hand it does make sense as a competitor for the M5 competition, so I do understand the placement in some way. But then what is a Portofino doing in tier 5 really? A little bit the drunk Ghibli in tier 4 like, isn't it? The season price spec is in this gold brownish color, while the milestone spec can be expected to drop with this white color, making it straight up Pimpmobile. In terms of performance, it slots in nicely mid tier 4 with an 11.5, with of course potential improvements. But personally, not my cup of tea. Second one in the list is my favorite season price car, being the Shelby Super Snake, and boy do I love this car. The colors, the design, it looks so aggressive, I love it. Noteworthy here is that it is listed as a Shelby and not as a Ford. This was in some way expected with the addition of the Shelby AC Cobra 427SC in the Legends storyline. Fusion parts will be a pain to get hands on, no doubt about it, but it will potentially enable milestone crates, which can help players who are stuck with the AC in the Legends storyline. But it does look oh so sweet. Performance wise, you could say I'm a tad disappointed. With a high 7.8 I was expecting a bit more, but it opens door to the Cobra Jet, so I'm definitely down. I can't wait for this season. Now in third, potentially the fastest ever milestone car, and yet another Camaro. The Chevrolet Copo Camaro, which isn't just yet another Camaro though, but a fully drag spec built one, and just wow, I'm baffled. I would have never seen this one coming, and it being so fast as well is quite a shocker. The season price car is not my cup of tea though, as I'm not really into that orange, and with the car being iconically white or blue, it's different for sure, so I hope it will come in white. Performance wise, as said earlier, fastest ever milestone car with a low 7.3 and a potential high 7.2. Now the solely added new prestige car. I have a mixed feeling about this one, as in some way I do feel like I want some more new prestige cars added to the game to put my silver keys to some use, but on the other hand many players out there don't have the cars, so for them it's a great opportunity when certain cars return in the drop rates. But back to the little French thing over here. It is a new manufacturer, it is tier 2, and in one of the coming seasons it will become a prestige car. Which one is unknown as of now, as we will have to wait and see. Performance wise it slots in nicely mid tier 2 with a 9.3 with again possible improvements. Now we have to jump onto the events. We're gonna build this one up and I'm quite excited to be honest, but first, perhaps the least exciting one, but still quite dope if you ask me, the free Chevrolet Corvette Grand Sport convertible. A nice tier 3 car, which I had wrong earlier by the way, saying it's a convertible of the Corvette we already had, but that one is a Stingray. But it's still straight up getting pace car vibes from this car, which is not a bad thing. And as far as performance goes, it runs a solid low 8.1, with chances it will go sub that 8.1 mark, which makes it a great tier 3 car for newer players out there, definitely if it's free. Downside is though that it does not share stage 6 parts sadly, but I can live with that to be honest. In second we have the Made in America reward, being the Ford GT Heritage Edition. Not the 66 Heritage, but Heritage to the Le Mans win in 1968 with the iconic blue and orange Golf livery. In game, due to licensing reasons perhaps, it is not listed with Golf. but it has to be said that when you see those colors, the first thing that pops up in people's minds is the name Golf. The event is supposed to start in 17 days as of now, so plenty of time to prepare for it. More info on it in my next season video. Performance wise, it's not that much faster than the other Heritage Edition, and it did become the slowest 5-star car in game, albeit it being a purple star car, but it is a collectible, as is the first real life variant of this car, which was sold for 2.5 million USD. Now the big boy, the Dodge Demon Evo Cup reward, and boy, this is one y'all want to have. The Dodge Challenger SRT Demon HP 1200 is a beast, made by Hennessy Performance Engineering, with its drag spec tiny thin front wheel and the yellow skirt protector making it such a dope blacked out car. And best of all, maxed out this beast can run sub 7.3. Yes, you heard me right, sub 7.3. The fastest free obtainable purple star car outside of the season prizes, and even then it's up there with the top 3 to get cars overall in the history of CSR. In case you can't hear my excitement due to my monotone voice, this is mad. Can't wait for it. According to the files, it is planned for next season, but it can always easily be postponed. All I hope for is that I can use Hobbs Demon instead of the Milestone spec. Now we have those covered, onto the paid events with the Fast and the Furious. No flash events this update. So with the next part starting already this Thursday, which means update have to be out soon, a new series will begin with the eventual prize being the Toyota Supra Aerotop from the first Fast and the Furious movie. But to get there you will need 5 cars like usual, so not really a surprise there, right? But first, the cars that are also mentioned in the Fast and the Furious tab in the showroom before we go on to the new ones, and before we start just know that the Fast and the Furious event, which is on the map right now, will consist of a dual lock-in, just like the Duality Cup. So the old cars are Letty's Rally Fighter, Dodge's AMG GT, Dodge Demon and 1970 Charger. These could become options for lock-ins at some point further down the line, as they're still tagged as coming soon. The other cars, which are half new and half old, are Hobbs Corvette ZR1 and Shaw's McLaren 720S, probably referring to the 720S from the movie trailer of Hobbs and Shaw, and the ZR1 I have no idea to be honest where it fits in, could be he drives it in the movie. But the interesting thing here is that they both are purple star cars, and on stream they confirm that you can use the gold star variants in the eventual event somewhere down the line. So what if you don't have the gold star version? Will you have to put hard cash down for a car you can pull? That makes no sense. No, these cars will become available for gold and will most likely be delivered with purple stars, which means extra fusion slots, which is great for people who don't have these cars anyways. Okay, you can't customize it like we were able to in the past, but it's a purple star, come on, you can't complain really, is it? And it is listed as coming soon, so I assume you will have to use any of these in the first slot in the event, and then a paid second one like we've seen in the past with the series to get the flip car. But what could the second car be? Now here come the 5 paid cars you will most likely have to use in the finale. Well, for this time around it will be the Nissan Skyline GTR R34 Nismo S-Tune, a reference to Brian's Skyline from the 4th installment of the series. To some it might be maybe as iconic or not as iconic as the Sea West Skyline from the Too Fast Too Furious movie we already have in game. I don't really see many players getting it at first or jumping on it, as it was quite quick after the past finale which required the R34 if I recall correctly. But you will need it in the end most likely anyways. I will hook up myself with one anyways, and performance wise this seems to be rather equal to the other R34, but they do not seem to share stage 6 parts, sadly. But of course it would be easy if these were the only 2 required cars to get the epic Toyota Supra Aerotop. It won't be that easy, trust me. There are at least 3 other cars which will all get their own event, and possibly each with a Duality Cup event, bringing free to get cars into the mix like the build up to the flip car finale. The second known car is Donkey Kong's DK, Fairlady Z from my second favorite movie of the franchise, Tokyo Drift. With this addition it opens up opportunities for other cars of that movie to be added in the future, like the Hull car or the RX-8. It is a tier 4 car and performance wise it could well become the first tier 4 car to drop under 10 seconds. And with it being a Nissan, fusion parts are rather common, so I can't wait to upgrade this Fairlady. Now the question is, what will be the other 2 or even 3 cars that will get their own events in the future updates and that you will need to use in the finale? Well, we got a taste of two of them as they're covered in the showroom. As mentioned earlier, the addition of Tokyo Drift to the whole thing opens doors, and look who jumps in from the get-go. Hans Mazda RX-7, and in game known as the Fortune RX-7. And then we have the one that is from my favorite movie of the franchise, being Too Fast Too Furious, the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 7. Many say it could be the one from Tokyo Drift, but the initial shape and the green cover to me suggests it will be Brian's Evo from the second movie. The final one, which isn't in game yet or even covered, will most likely be the previously leaked F-Bomb Camaro from the fourth movie. But it can always be changed, it was planned for now and it seems not even to be in the update. But that makes it 5 cars in total, which you will most likely need for the finale. And now the biggest moment, the Toyota Supra Aerotop from the first movie. Undoubtedly the most requested Fast and Furious car is here, and it's not covered to my surprise. It looks so clean and so detailed, it has all the sponsors on it, the little tribal on the front. It has it all, except the roof of course. And it can fit our epic Toyota Fusion parts, finally! And as of now, it seems to become the fastest car in game, with already runs being made hitting a 6.946, which is faster than the Tuatara, and it will cost you less in terms of crates, as you probably have layers of fusion parts for Toyota anyways in your storage. But it will cost you more, as you will need to get other cars up until the finale. I will have to make the full calculation. But it is the fastest and it's coming, unless it's a replica of the Aperta from back in the day when it showed a 6.9 when modders got their hands on it. But then it got nerfed to a 7.6 in the end. We'll have to wait and see, and not to just jump on conclusions. Long video like usual, sorry for that, but it should be complete. If it isn't, you'll hear it later anyway. With the FNF being milked out to a certain degree, I do hope if they wish to continue that they do consider cars from the 6th movie like Rowan's Mustang, Brian's Escort, or the gorgeous Charger Daytona. Would love that car so much in game, oh my god. We'll close off here, pretty solid update in my opinion. Let me know what you think about it. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more content like this. My name is Miller, see you around.